Kick the red, double move on the red. Yo everybody, how you doing? King Ding back here, and I'm just enjoying this cup of coffee on this 4th of July early afternoon, horsing around with the kids a little bit, and I'm getting ready to actually turn this in for some beer, turn this in for some grilling utensils, and I'm ready to get ready on this 4th of July day. Now, it's funny to me, you know, sometimes in life we tend to do the same things over and over every year. And what I mean by that is, this morning I was watching the Eagles NFC Championship game. Then I was watching the Super Bowl. Then I was watching 91 Eagles defense, Randall Cunningham stuff, you know, and I was thinking about it and I realized I did the same thing last year on the 4th of July. And then the year before that, I did the same thing on the 4th of July. And it's funny because the 4th of July for me tends to be a trigger when I start to get really excited and antsy for football. It's just the way it is, you know, and because I get so hyped up for it, I also tend to make it such a big deal that from the 4th of July to when training camp starts, it's like a whole nother off season. It goes so slow because all I think about is football. You know, it's just the way it is. Super excited about this upcoming season. I really am. The Eagles report July 25th. First practice is July 26th, and I cannot wait for this season to begin. I mean, this is the first time we've ever been defending Super Bowl champions of the world. So we get to experience that. And for me personally, to experience that with you guys, it's going to be fun. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work on this channel. I got a lot of great things planned for this channel. It's going to be a blast. I cannot wait. And for those of you that really like when I live stream and always want me to live stream, you're going to be real happy because I'm going to be doing 4 to 5 live streams a week. And this coming season, every Sunday, I will be live streaming both the 1 o'clock games and the 4 o'clock games. So if the Eagles play at 1, I will be streaming that, and then I will stream a game at 4 o'clock. I will always be doing double headers every Sunday. And then during the week, we'll figure out what is going to be streamed and what's not, and we'll go from there. But 4 to 5 live streams a week, every Sunday, watching football, both games, 1 o'clock games, 4 o'clock games, me hanging out with you guys. I cannot wait. It's going to be a blast. Now, in this video, what I specifically want to talk about is whether or not I think the Eagles can get back to the Super Bowl. Are they the best team coming out of the NFC? And what team, if any, can compete with them, can give them problems? Now, my feelings are this. The Eagles, they're about a 14-2, 13-3 team. I think they have the best roster in the NFL. I think they have the best depth in the NFL. They have a generational talent at quarterback, and they have a backup quarterback who was a Super Bowl MVP and could start on many other teams. So the Eagles, in my opinion, they should be going back to the Super Bowl, no doubt about it. Now, they got to play the game, and they're going to get everybody's best shot each week, so they better be ready to play. But you know, when you look at the Eagles, they are better than they were a year ago. They've improved at wide receiver. They've improved, I think, at tight end. They've improved on the defensive line, which was already a beast. I think the secondary is going to be better. And they got a lot of guys coming back from injury. So the Eagles, they should be explosive. They should be dominating. And they should go out and take care of all these teams. So what teams pose the biggest risk to the Eagles in the NFC? Now, I think it's funny because a lot of times people will look at the power rankings and they'll say, hey, I was looking at an NFC power ranking and the Eagles are 1, this team is 2, so they must be the biggest threat to the Eagles. But in actuality, the team at number 2 may not match up with the Eagles as well as the team ranked 4, 5, or 6. So it really depends on matchups. And in this video, I want to give you the teams that I think, that I'll give you the top 3 teams that I think pose the biggest risk to the Eagles. Now, that doesn't mean I think they're going to win. It just means I think that they have the best shot out of anybody to beat the Eagles. So let's do that. I'll give you my number 1 team first. Bear with me here. I have to get ready to go grill, so I'm doing that as I talk to you. But the number one team that I think has the best shot and matches up the best with the Eagles is the New Orleans Saints. I think the Saints with a Hall of Fame quarterback, Drew Brees, bada bing, bada boom, baby. And, you know, Drew Brees being a Hall of Fame quarterback, Kamara, and the way that the Saints offense uses the running backs out of the backfield, I think they could pose a lot of problems for the Eagles. I don't think that they necessarily can beat the Eagles, but I think that they pose a threat like nobody else in the NFC does. The second, gotta have the hat, baby. Gotta have the hat. The second team, I think, in the NFC that is a threat to the Eagles is going to probably shock a lot of you. And this is my opinion because they're such a wild card. And that is the Green Bay Packers. And the Green Bay Packers with a healthy Aaron Rodgers. Because when Aaron Rodgers is healthy, okay, when Aaron Rodgers is healthy, I'm sorry, he could go off at any time, anywhere. You're like, I love this beer. I love this beer. Tailgate many a times with this beer. My favorite. I need an opener though. But Aaron Rodgers, when he's healthy, he makes the Green Bay Packers a threat. And he could go off. He could throw 4 or 5 touchdowns, and they can win. They could win, you know, a game 48-41. Aaron Rodgers makes Green Bay a threat, in my opinion. So I have them number 2. Now, at number 3, the team with the third best chance of beating the Eagles in the NFC, I think, is the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Atlanta Falcons have one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. If they can just be consistent and play to their ability, they have a shot. Now, they're not the same team when they're on the road than when they are at home. It's just the way it is. And they gave the Eagles a great matchup in the playoffs last year, but that doesn't mean they can beat them now. But I think that the Falcons, though, you have to be aware of their talent, of the things that they can do, and they definitely have some good matchups. So I would put them number 3. Now, a lot of you guys are probably saying, what about the Minnesota Vikings? We got Cousins, Minnesota. Well, let me tell you something about Minnesota. I don't think the Minnesota Vikings can match up with us. I don't care for Cousins going there. I don't think he's going to go and beat the Eagles. We know how to beat him. So I don't think the Vikings pose a threat. I would put them probably 4. And that's about where I think they are. So my 3 teams that I think pose the biggest risk to the Eagles, the New Orleans Saints, the Green Bay Packers, and the Atlanta Falcons. I would love to know what you think and what your opinion is. Definitely share with me. And hey, I'm going to go have some beers. I'm going to go get grilling. I'll have a few, and I'm going to hang out and enjoy the family today. You guys do the same thing. I'd love to hear what you're thinking. And just remember, football season is not that far behind. I can't wait. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.